Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, at whatever time you're watching this. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you can subscribe and also share this video as you invite your friends to watch with you. So today I have a guest that I want to introduce here. So welcome. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Peter, and I'm glad to be here today. And I hope that we're going to have a nice discussion and feel welcome. Thank you so much.
Sawa sawa, Peter. I want to ask you a few questions on majorly life after campus. So what do you say? How has life been from the time you graduated?
Generally, life, as it is usually in this world, it has been full of ups and downs. It has been full of good things, and also there are those times when we have shed tears. But generally, I have to thank God for everything because I can say that things have been okay. And so far, I can say that there is nothing that I can complain about. Though there are those things that have brought us so down, you have felt, there are those dull moments, there are those light moments, and all of them make life beautiful.
Wow. So I usually hear people saying that getting a job is so hard huku nje. Sijui wewe unasemaje?
Vile nataka kusema kuhusu hilo jambo ni there is nothing that we can say is the universal protocol for every individual. Kila mtu ako na maisha yake. There are those ones who get jobs very fast. There are those ones who take time before they secure one. There are those ones who take years and end up dying without any job. So what we can say, kila mtu ako tu na life yake. There's that life, there is that line that you take, your life is taking your course, the different course that life takes, and you find that each and every person has got his own route to success. There are those ones who take long, there are those ones who take short. There are those ones who even end up without getting even that job. So inalingana tu na mtu and the favor of God upon you.
Wow. So ulimaliza na ukapata job instantly or you stayed for some time?
Actually, me, I was an intern by the time I was graduating, and so it took me 1 month, and I secured a job.
Oh, 1 month.
Yeah, so I just took 1 month to secure a job. Then I left the first working place. 2 years later, joined another one, stayed for like 6 months or 7. I left, then joined another one. So I'm in the third place so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So kazi ulipata ya kwanza, was it in line with your profession?
Yes, it was.
How
the
about
first one.
Okay, the first one. How about the other two?
The other two, the second one, I went to a different course. Actually, it was far from what I studied, and where I am today, it's still actually farther than where I was in the second
And the
job.
first one.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it's only the first job which I secured, which was in line with my profession. Yeah.
So I hear people saying that currently in Kenya, for you to get a job, you must have a connection. Is that, or do you believe in that notion or that phrase that people usually say?
One thing we can't deny, it is a fact. It is true, but it's not a must. It's not a must that you have connection. For instance, the first job that I got, I didn't need any connection. No connection was involved. And you find that I secured that job. Then you find that there are those ones who depend on connections alone. They can't take you anywhere at times. They fail, especially if you don't have good connectors. You know, connections, when it comes to connections, you need somebody to connect you. There are those people who will never help you, however much connected they may be, or you may be connected to them. So you find it's true, connections are there, but not everybody gets a job through connections. There are those who secure their jobs through other means. and through the favor of God, maybe their skills, sell them, and such like things. Yeah.
Has anyone ever promised you a job that ukimaliza nitaku-connect mahali, then when you finish, those people no longer pick your calls or even they ignore you? Have you faced such kind of a thing?
That happened to me when I was looking for internship. So I moved around looking for internship. There are those ones who had promised me that they would give me internship positions. But immediately I came out that I'm looking for internship position in those companies. They never responded. But God squarely did it. He came out and he directed me to the place where I was. I worked there as an intern for like 5 months. For like 5 months as an attachee first. Then got internship after graduation. I stayed for like 1 month. 1 month, around 1 month, and I got a job. So it's true. It's very true that some people will definitely run away when you need them the most, despite them promising you.
Wow. So hiyo job ya kwanza you said ulikuwa ya kwanza no. So so far the job yenye umefanya for longer period of time ni the first job.
Yes.
What made you to quit that first job? Because that was the job that was in line with your profession.
The reason why I quit the first job is because it was not well paying. Then the location, I wasn't so content. So I decided to move away from that place, and I had to move to another place where I felt a bit comfortable. So that's one of the reasons which made me to quit that job. And also the second job was a bit better paying, just like the third. So I decided to quit the first one for the second because it was better paying. The second one was better paying. Then the third one was much better than the first one. So those are some of the reasons which made me to quit.
Location, you say location, what do you mean by saying location?
I wasn't where I am. It was far from home.
Oh.
Yeah, the place was a bit far from home. Yeah, actually it was in Uganda.
Oh, Uganda.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it wasn't in Kenya. And I felt I needed to come back home.
Okay.
I like Kenya and life in Kenya. So and as they say, life at home is always the best.
So in short, whatever made you to move from there is not actually all about the working conditions, money. It's basically because it was far away and you missed home always.
Yes,
Can
I
you
missed
say?
home. I missed home. Though also the financial aspect, the payment, the remuneration aspect. Yeah, as I said earlier, I quit because of the remuneration as well as the location. So Uganda was far from home. I could always miss home. I could stay for a year without coming back home, and I felt it was I wasn't okay with that. I felt I should come and work somewhere close to home where I can be visiting my people, whereby I can be doing my own things locally and the way I want them to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between Uganda and Kenya?
The difference between Uganda and Kenya is that even with some little sense, in Uganda you can still survive, unlike in Kenya.
Oh.
In Kenya you need much more in order for you to survive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Now about life in Kenya versus life in Uganda.
Life in Uganda is beautiful and affordable, whereas life in Kenya is a bit tricky. It's expensive compared to the life in Uganda.
Okay. So in short, you're trying to say life in Kenya is expensive than life in Uganda.
Yeah.
How about the issue on housing? Manyumba ziko, is it cheaper to get a house in Kenya or Uganda?
You see, in Uganda, you'll think that you're paying a lot of money. And when you convert that money into Kenya currency, that's when you realize that you are being given that house for free. Because the charges, the rent for a room is much lower than the rent in Kenya.
Okay.
You find that, like the life I've been staying around here, if it is the payment of rent, if you compare the rent in Kenya and the rent in Uganda, the Ugandan one is much lower, despite the fact that the houses may be under the same conditions. Yeah, it may be the same quality, but that side, the rent is lower.
Okay, so let me just ask this for those of us you've not been to Uganda. What's the equivalence of 1 shilling in Kenya when we compare to Ugandan currency?
It keeps fluctuating. Because I remember by the time I was entering Uganda, we could convert 1 shilling was equivalent to 36 to 37 shillings,
Okay.
Uganda shillings. But by the time I was leaving, it was around 31 shillings.
Okay.
At the moment, it's at that position, though it keeps fluctuating. You can't tell, but it's between 30, 28 there, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and when the economy is very stable, it's at 38. Yeah.
Wow, so that's awesome. So I just want to ask you, what are you telling someone who is still in campus? Should they raise the expectation? Because I remember when we were there, like back then tukiwa high school, unaambiwa we soma uende campus, ukimaliza kazi zitakutafuta. But now someone that is still in campus anaweza kaa akafikiria kwamba nikimaliza naenda tu kupata kazi direct. What's your advice to someone who is still in campus?
The fact that I got a job immediately after campus doesn't mean that everybody will follow that line. It doesn't mean that you'll follow that course or that suit. The fact remains we are different, and we will end up in different places. We have to follow different courses and the likes. So what I believe is everybody's story is different. Everybody's story is different. There are those ones who will secure their jobs very early. Then there are those ones, as I said, there are even others who will never be employed. So the best thing you can do is just lowering your expectations, trust in God, and equip yourself with something extra that will sell you outside there. You'll definitely get a job. But without that, you may end up maybe tamarking for longer. But the best thing is just to lower the expectations. That is the best you can do.
And what's your word to someone mwenye amegraduate na maybe they are still looking for a job? Yeah.
Tomorrow is always better than today. Always hold to the hope that you'll get a job. Always hold to the hope that you'll get the best. Yeah, because if you lose hope, the next thing you're going to do is just might be you get into any depression, or maybe you lose your life, or maybe you kill yourself, you commit suicide and the likes. But the best thing you can do is just to hope that tomorrow is better than today.
Okay.
As you work hard, just get the opportunity you come by. You don't just okay, there is this notion that people have, and there is this expectation that you have that you'll get a job, a well-paying one, immediately you are out of campus. So what you can do, or my advice is, take whatever is available, stick to it as you wait for a better opportunity.
Wow. So what's your conclusion as you wrap up?
I'd like to advise everybody to trust in God, to hope for a better tomorrow, and to believe that tomorrow is okay. It is much better. We are not yet there, but one day we will be there. That is the best that I can say. We will one day reach our destiny. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, guys. Nimekuwa in a certain environment here. It's a beautiful environment. So thank you for watching. You can like, share, comment, and subscribe, and we meet in the next video. Bye bye.